Deep within the charming alleys of Rethymno on the sun-drenched Greek island of Crete, an enduring legacy of culinary craftsmanship continues to flourish against the tide of industrialization. Inside a 17th century Venetian-style home, nestled in the heart of the old town, an unassuming bakery stands as both a beacon of tradition and a testament to resilience. This is the workshop of 86-year-old Giorgos Hatziparaskos, one of Greece's last artisans still crafting phyllo dough by hand, a labor-intensive art form that has nearly vanished in the age of machinery. For Giorgos, the journey began during his teenage years when he first ventured into the world of baking. By the 1960s, his dedication bore fruit, allowing him to establish his own workshop. Back then, bakeries like his were ubiquitous across Greece, but as affordable, efficient industrial baking took over, countless family-run establishments were unable to survive the shift. Giorgos, however, adapted. With the unwavering support of his wife, Katerina, and their son, Paraskevas, he turned his focus to tourism, transforming his workshop into both a bakery and a live demonstration of a disappearing art. Every morning at 8 o'clock, Giorgos opens the wooden doors of his workshop. Katerina hangs colourful signs outside, enticing passers-by to step inside and witness their craft. The building, with its ancient inscription proclaiming "In virtue a house shines," carries a sense of history that echoes through the Hatziparaskos family's work. Inside, the process of making phyllo dough begins simply 3 ingredients: flour, water and salt, are mixed together in a large bowl. Yet what follows is a mesmerizing display of skill, dedication and endurance. After 30 minutes of mixing, the dough is transferred to a roller machine where it is flattened and stretched. Paraskevas, who returned to the family business after losing his engineering job during Greece's economic downturn, meticulously portions the dough into smaller, precisely measured pieces. As father and son knead the dough into uniform balls, Katerina prepares lunch, a rhythm of family life intertwined with their labor. The true magic begins when Giorgos takes over. With practiced hands, he rolls each dough ball into a disc before executing the signature toss that stretches the dough into an almost transparent sheet. Layer by layer, the dough is draped over the worktable until it becomes so thin one could read a newspaper through it. Each layer is carefully covered with linen to allow it to dry evenly while retaining its elasticity. The process is as physically demanding as it is intricate. Giorgos must often pause to rest between turns around the table. But for the Hatziparaskoses, it is a kind of choreographed dance. Once the dough is ready, it is delicately folded, dusted with flour to prevent sticking, and cut to size for storage. These tissue-thin sheets, known as phyllo, are the foundation of iconic Greek dishes like baklava and spanakopita. Despite their painstaking efforts, the Hatziparaskos family faces steep competition from machine-produced phyllo. Industrial lines can produce between 100 and 300 kilograms of dough per hour, a speed and scale that no handcrafting could hope to match. Yet Giorgos remains undeterred, knowing that his handmade phyllo holds a texture, taste and authenticity that no machine could replicate. In addition to phyllo, Giorgos crafts kataifi, a shredded pastry that requires even greater precision. The process takes him 3 hours and yields a product sold for less than his phyllo sheets. But for Giorgos, the work is not merely about profit, it is about preserving a tradition and sharing it with the world. Tourists flock to the workshop, drawn by curiosity and the promise of witnessing an age-old art form. Before the pandemic, long lines often stretched outside the door. Greece managed to control the initial wave of the COVID-19 virus during the spring and summer, but cases surged in the fall, leading to a nationwide lockdown in November. The lockdown devastated tourist traffic, and the once bustling workshop saw its footfall dwindle. Yet, for the local community, the bakery remained a cherished landmark, a symbol of resilience and cultural pride. For Paraskevas, returning to the family business after a career in engineering was an unexpected twist. But he found fulfillment in supporting his parents and preserving their legacy. Giorgos, too, cherishes connections forged through his work. Before the pandemic, he often dreamed of visiting the Netherlands to see friends. He had made loyal customers who returned year after year to experience the magic of his craft. As the world slowly reopens, the Hatziparaskos family continues their tireless work, drawing in visitors who marvel at the sight of Phyllo being stretched and folded by hand. For Giorgos, every sheet of Phyllo and every strand of katafai represents more than a product. It embodies decades of dedication, a commitment to tradition, and an enduring love for his craft. In a world where convenience often overshadows craftsmanship, Giorgos Hatziparaskos and his family stand as a poignant reminder of a value of authenticity. Their workshop, with its ancient walls and timeless techniques, offers more than just baked goods. It provides a glimpse into a way of life that values patience, skill, and the human touch, a legacy worth preserving for generations to come.